The Friedrich Naumann Foundation has been an enduring partner in enabling the Center for Civil Society India in their efforts to advance liberal principles and policy frameworks amongst a diverse audience. In 2022, FNF further bolstered their joint commitment with the Center for Civil Society to making India a freer and more prosperous country, championing the cause of access to education through diverse programs like Dharampal Fellowship and South Asia webinar series.
So, together with our very long-standing partner, CCS, we thought that it would be a very good idea to concentrate on giving better education, broader education to teachers who are teaching every day in this low-budget schools. I think we should just imagine that those teachers were not really prepared to teach permanently online, nor were the students or the parents. And I think, especially for them, it was a tremendous help to really cope with the new demands, the new challenges of online teaching. And I think that really created an enormous impact on the ground, giving more possibilities for students to really understand online learning.
And that the idea of CCS to come up with these Dharampal Fellowship program for teachers in this particular situation was a very excellent idea. I had the opportunity to talk to some of the teachers, and they really explained what an impact and what a difference it made to have a schooling, a teaching only on this particular topic on how to convey their subjects to the students, to their students via online tools. That is and makes an enormous difference, especially because of the help of CCS. Friedrich Naumann Foundation here in South Asia started for the first time an initiative on education. So it was really due to the impact of CCS that we undertook this endeavor. So again, thank you very much to all who especially trained the teachers, especially those who gave their patience and moreover their concepts for this excellent idea.
Dharampal Fellowship, a teacher capacity building initiative to empower the budget private school teachers through training, networking, counseling sessions and one-to-one interactions with renowned education experts. It is an endeavor to provide the teachers with the techniques, skills and tools for ensuring quality education to children in India.
During COVID, Friedrich Naumann Foundation New Delhi office decided to work on education sector. One of the most affected sector during the COVID was education, and we thought that why not we work with the budget private schools who were the most affected among the all other schools wherein the teachers didn't have the exposure and training on how to conduct online classes. I'm very proud to say that when we got the feedback from the teachers, from the students as well as from the parents, they were quite expressive in saying that they do see the change in the classes, how the classes have been conducted, and it's more effective and efficient.
Rule of thirds is basically when you take the composition, okay, whatever it is that you want to record. You take the composition and you divide it in 3 rows and 3 columns, okay? When you do that, and there's an option these days in the phone, which is the best part, which is the grid option. The moment you switch on the grid option, you can get these grids automatically. You don't have to mentally make the grid.
The CCS Dharampal Fellowship has been truly enriching for me. From being someone who would be devastated when her classes doesn't go well, I have come to reflect better from the expert guided sessions throughout the fellowship.
There were some really notable aha moments. One of them was the use of integrated curriculum, that we don't really have to just teach maths separately or science separately. We can combine this as a concept or a theme-based learning, and obviously use storytelling as a technique of making the lessons interesting. I think for all of us, because making videos was something out of a comfort zone, that was an aha moment for everyone, was definitely for most of the members in our group. Rule of thirds was also very interesting. I think most of us have this habit of putting ourselves in the center of every picture. It was nice to know that that's not how it's supposed to be done. In the NEP session, the statistic, I think, really blew our mind about the 24 crore students in our country, and how 50% of them, that is a huge number, is in the 4 lakh private schools, and the rest 50% in 11 lakh government schools. I mean, we can see how shocking that is. The Pygmalion effect that we learned in the growth mindset was amazing, how our behavior would in turn actually impact the students' action and our action. It's like a vicious cycle that we need to work upon. And I think most of us would have always answered that we had growth mindset before probably attending Manvi Ma'am's session, and now we know that we're still on it, we're still learning. It's not really growth. We have certain things that it's still fixed, but it's a process.
It has a larger impact on me. I got a broader knowledge of what inclusion in education is, and I tried to inculcate it in my classes. Where
after I read stories, I keep sharing them. It's not just sharing them with children, but I also tell stories to adults. Whatever information I know, I keep sharing it. And what I've realized is, when you share information generally, they may take it or they may ignore it. But when you try to share it like a story, do you know, I heard it like this? Do you know that so-and-so thing happened at so-and-so time? All informative things, I convey it in the form of a story. Even in school or even to my teachers, I take a lot of examples, and I give examples of the situations I encounter or the things I listen. And even today, I never lost interest in listening to stories and in telling stories.
There has been a lot of learning, and that was specifically the purpose for which I had joined, in spite of being in this domain of work for the last 27 years. And yet I found a lot of learning, lot of insights, lot of points to reflect upon. That the list will be very lengthy if I would go to mention. But what I would like to rather mention is the assessments that you all designed. I felt that was a much, much, much greater learning. That was in true spirit assessment for learning.
Hi, I'm Nishevita. I'm glad in sharing a small story with you all. The Happy Dinosaur. There was a sad dinosaur. He did not have any friend. Every day the dinosaur sat on the grass. He saw a dog and a duck were playing with the ball. The duck rolled the ball and the dog ran to catch it. Suddenly, the ball went away until it arrived to the dinosaur. The dinosaur went and gave them the ball. The dog and the duck thanked the dinosaur, and the dog and the duck asked the dinosaur to play with them. The dinosaur became very happy. Then all of them became friends. Thank you.
South Asia Webinar Series. A panel discussion hosting different stakeholders, representatives, and experts in the education sector from South Asia. This webinar series tackles the challenging issues in education in the COVID and the post-COVID world.
Today's session is a continuation of the Restart webinars, which are aimed at bringing together the practitioners and beneficiaries from across South Asia. I now invite Mr. Bersian to deliver the keynote address, please.
Thanks for introducing me. Let me give you some information on the situation in Germany. The pandemic created additional obstacles while we were in a progress of improving the situation on inclusive education. So what does it mean? It means that we have to create chances for every child and not reduce the chances of childs only because they have disabilities. So this is a very important task for the whole society, and also to include every child in the educational system and give them all the chances they deserve.
That's about learning disability. It's about the differences of how children learn.